All right, welcome to another episode of that deep shit, where we connect the dots. Also, where we bring you information, knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, commercial free. So check game. In this video, we're gonna talk about expanding the aura, expanding the chi, and how to gain super senses. Let's get it. Alright, jumping right in. We have to first start with memory and how the senses work alongside memory. So let's go ahead and jump into it real quick. Alright, so memory is how we know things, or how we perceive to know things. But the way that we get memory is through input of information. For example, when you are a baby, right? If you observe babies put everything in their mouths. You know what I'm saying? They'll put their foot in their mouth. They'll put keys in their mouths. They'll put, and get keys away from your babies. I'm just saying, for example, they'll put anything in their mouths. And the reason why they're doing this is because they're inputting information. So they'll put their foot in their mouth and like, this is a foot. And then you're like, oh, your foot, you got your little foot. So they're hearing the word foot, they're touching it, they're smelling it, they're tasting it, they're looking at it. All of these things are inputs of information with the five senses: touch, taste, smell, hearing, and sight, right? They're using all five of these senses with this object. So now they know what a foot, touch, taste, sounds like, smells like, and looks like. You know what I'm saying? Same thing when they bite a cookie. Well, you want the cookie? Right? You want the cookie? Right? You know what I'm saying? So they bite on the cookie, or they put it in their mouth. They don't have teeth. Hopefully your baby don't come out with teeth. I don't know. But with these new kids, who knows? Right? So they're tasting it. This is what a cookie is. A cookie, it tastes, smells, feels, sounds, and looks like this. This is a cookie. So this is how the five senses input the information into the soul of the being, and how it learns and is aware and has the knowledge of what things are. Okay? All right. I hope you're following this. This is kind of a tough subject to tackle, but we're going to go for it, right? All right. So fast forwarding to how does this build your aura energy? How does this build your chi energy? Well, if you're looking at a wall, looks like I'm looking at this wall here. So I'm looking at this wall. I know it's a wall. Just based off of memory of input, without touching the wall, I could, just based off the sight of the wall, I can kind of imagine what the texture of that wall is by imagination. This is how you connect thought, because thought is energy, right? With the physical, with physical things, whether it's a person, a place, or a thing, or object, or whatever. So me looking at the wall, I can look at it and kind of know what it feels like without feeling it. I can look at it and get some idea of maybe what it would taste like, right? I can look at it and imagine what it would sound like if I knocked on it. Smelling, It looks like it's painted. It probably smells like paint, old paint. So on and so forth. So this is how you connect imagination with the physical matter. Same thing. Like right now, I'm looking outside the window. I'm looking at the street or the parking lot. I'm looking at the gravel. I could imagine what that tastes like. It probably tastes a little salty because dirt's kind of salty. You know what I'm saying? I can imagine what it feels like. 'Cause I remember scraping my knee on the gravel or the concrete as a child. So if you're following where I'm going with this, you can be aware of all of your surroundings by your senses, using your senses. So every time you look at something, imagine what it tastes like, sounds like, feels like, you feel me? Smells like, everything. So when you're doing this and you're looking, you'll start to feel more of a connectedness to everything in sight or everything in earshot of being heard or anything that's being touched. You'll start to feel this heightened sense of awareness. And in all actuality, what this does is, because it is a connection between thought form and physical matter, your aura kind of grows to expand, because energy flows where attention goes. Same rule applies here. So as you're driving down the freeway and you see the freeway wall, right? You can imagine what it tastes like, smells like, sounds like, looks like, feels like while you're driving. Your consciousness and your aura will expand out to that, however far that is, from wall to wall, where the eyes can go, where the ears can hear, what have you. You know what I'm saying? This is a technique of encompassing all of your senses to cultivate a super senses, and to cultivate a very large auric field that you can kind of feel. Doing this over time and practicing this technique, you will be able to feel the difference. You'll be able to see the difference for sure. Another technique that I use to expand the aura is, this is all, see, here's the thing. If you do sports, right, you do sports, say you play basketball and you're shooting free throws, you don't get better at making free throws unless you practice shooting free throws. Same thing applies here. You have to practice each of the senses. You have to work with all of the senses, and then use techniques to exercise all of these senses. What I just explained earlier about connecting all of the senses to objects that you can see or hear or even touch, smell as well, creates your senses will get stronger for sure. Be careful, because this technique can make you very, very aware of a lot of shit. Shit that's going on around the corner. Shit that's going on down the street. You'll start feeling that shit. So if you're not ready for all that, don't do it. Alright? So here's another technique. I learned this technique by going to the gym. So in the gym, I would stretch inside of a racquetball room. Okay, so a racquetball room, hardwood floors, 4 walls, right? So I would stand in the very middle of the racquetball room, right? I would stand in the middle of the racquetball room and I would close my eyes. So my objective would be to walk to the wall, right? Walk back from the wall to the middle of the room, stop, and then walk to the other wall, right? And go back to the middle of the room. So I'll be in the direct center of the racquetball room. Now, the reason why this exercise kind of works is because the racquetball room was very echoey, had a very, very distinct acoustic acoustic sound to it. So I would walk and I would do that. I would click my tongue. And what that would do is that would send sound vibrating off the walls. So I would do this until I would know I was right in front of a wall. This is how you can see without seeing. It strengthens the senses as well, and it also gives you that aura feel, because then you'll start to be able to feel the wall before you get there. But you're feeling it based off of sound, because sound is vibration. In fact, watch this. Here's a quiz. What's the most important sense that you have out of the 5 senses? Anybody? You right there. What's the most important sense? No. The most important sense is touch. Touch is the most important sense. Why, do you ask? It's because every sense is based off of touch. Light touches your iris, so you see. Sound vibrates to your eardrum, so you hear. You feel me? You can touch the wall, so you feel. Particles of matter touch your nose, so you smell. You understand what I'm saying? So touch is the most important of all the senses. All the senses are based off of touch. Now, back to what I was saying. So, in the racquetball room, so walk in, boom, 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 boom. I can hear the wall, feel the wall, hear the wall, same thing, right? I would turn and I would use my sense of feeling to return back to the center. And as I did this over time, I would get better and better and better and better and better, you see. So now I'm just super aware. I've always been aware of a lot of shit, of things around me. I'm just super, super sensitive like that. But I'm just sharing these tactics and these techniques with the family. And I hope that this all makes sense. I hope that this will be used for good things. Of course, don't try to become a superhero. And yeah, I think that's about it. I'm pretty sure I'm forgetting something, but we'll leave it there. Oh yeah, and before I forget, there will be updates to the website. If you're watching this on the website, please click on the tools section. There should be some new stuff in there for your ascension needs. Okay, so with that being said, I'm out of here. You already know the drill. Keep them third eyes open. I'm gone.